What's up guys, Magnolia Mo here and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to do a long-awaited comparison of Auro-3D that is present on this version of Blade Runner 2049. It's a 1080p disc. It has a 2D as well as a 3D version included. Here's the 3D. The 2D is in my Panasonic Blu-ray player right now. It has a bonus disc as well. It's got some booklets, but I want to thank my friend for actually loaning me the disc so that I could do this comparison. And then I have this version. It's a 1080p Blu-ray version of Blade Runner 2049 with Dolby Atmos as the soundtrack. For this particular video, I've changed my setup, right, in order to test the differences between Auro-3D and Dolby Atmos. I have reconfigured my system. This is my speaker preset 2 on the Denon. You know, is just an 11.1, so I can't do 13 channels or 15 channels all at once. But for Auro-3D, it doesn't matter, right? They don't use the surround backs, okay? So I removed the surround back, and that gave me the ability to set up 6 height speakers: front height, top, middle, and rear height. And I'm going to use the Denon to power my height speakers and my Macintosh that you see down there to power the bed layer speakers, the 5 channels front, center, and the 2 surrounds. All right, and for top surround or center height, with the update to Denon and Marantz, you can now use your middle layout, right, as your top surround, like your voice of God. Instead of having 1 speaker, I got 2 speakers that will act as the voice of God with this new update. I mean, that's not new. It came out, I believe, in 2023, the firmware update for Auro-3D on Denon and Marantz. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So I'm gonna use a 5.2.6 setup for this testing. So let's go to the movie now. I have the English Auro-3D selected. So it is Auro-3D DTS HD matte, and the sound format is Auro-3D. You have the input signal is essentially an 11.1 input signal without the surround backs, as you can see, okay, or the front wides. So you just got your height speakers, and you have the front heights and your rear heights, and then you have your top surround. With the Denon and Marantz, the top surround, the voice of God, essentially you are able to use your top, middle, left, and right for that purpose. Oh, and one more thing. So what I'm going to do, you know, I obviously have watched this movie with all the bed layer speakers engaged, but I want to see the difference in how the objects move, Dolby Atmos versus Auro-3D, and if the placement is generally the same or if it's the same throughout, right? Because that would tell me that there is literally no difference as far as the soundtrack is concerned. So for this video, what I'm going to do is go into my Blu-ray setting and turn off the Macintosh. And there you go. Macintosh is off. So now essentially I'm only using the Denon for my height speakers. Alright, so here's the Blade Runner 2049 Blu-ray, 1080p Blu-ray, but with Dolby Atmos. We're gonna actually watch the same scenes on the 1080p Blu-ray with Dolby Atmos as we did on the Auro-3D. This is the first scene that I demo, typically around 3 minutes 18-second mark. As Ryan Gosling's character flies in, you're going to hear the ship go, you know, all around you. Started from left, right. Just want to make sure we have our Dolby Atmos engaged. And there it is, Dolby Atmos with a True HD matte. Dolby Atmos is the sound. All 6 height speakers engaged. Let's see how this pans out. Should be very similar. I'm expecting the ship to come from my right. There we go. Circle around. Okay. similar. Let's see if the top middles were active. No. I didn't hear the top middle as I did in the Auro-3D mix. It's interesting. What I heard, right, in that scene was in Auro-3D, all 6 of my height speakers were engaged, okay? The sound literally went up and it created a really nice 360-degree bubble. Now, not to say that the Dolby Atmos with the 4 speakers, right? Dolby Atmos, the top middles did not come on during that scene and in any of the other scenes that I demoed, okay? So it is literally a 7.1.4 mix and it's not scalable, sadly. So I'm not sure why, right? So I have Gravity. Gravity is perfectly scalable to all 6 speakers. You know, I can hear Clooney like go in all of my height speakers, including the top middle, front heights, rear heights. But in this particular Dolby Atmos mix, the middles just don't come on. Now, just because it's 4 versus 6, that scene didn't make a big difference, right? Because it happened so fast. But I'm gonna tell you, with Auro-3D, you know, it was much louder, it was much more vivid, and I felt like I was right, you know, underneath, you know, when this the ship kind of circles around. At the 13-minute mark, this is where pretty much all of the height speakers are gonna be active. This is on the Auro-3D mix. The sound initially stays in your top front height, I'm sorry. There is nothing in the top middle, rear height, front height. Yeah, so it starts to move overhead to the top surround or top middle. All right, this right here is probably the best, I guess, demo from an Auro-3D perspective, because you got a high-pitched sound in your front heights, and you have the guy speaking in your top surround or top middle.
Duties, do they keep you in a little box? Cells, interlinked. Constant K. You can pick up your bonus.
This is silent. Front heights. Nothing in the top middles.
Cells.
Nothing.
Do they keep you in a cell? Cells.
Front height. Rear height.
What's it like to hold the hand of someone you love? Interlinked. Do they teach you how to feel finger to finger?
Rear height.
Do you long for having your heart
high-pitched sound.
Interlinked? Do you dream about being interlinked?
Mixed in with the front height.
Your arms interlinked. You can pick up your bonus.
It's a different mix. Maybe the same effect. It's back here.
Connect to Off-World anytime, anyplace. Many options available.
Sony dischargeable.
Wow.
Sony con.
That's front height,
Goes anywhere you want to.
top middle.
Packages start at 20 minutes. Many options available. Mix and match.
Very nice.
Connect to Off-World anytime, anyplace.
Rear heights, front heights.
Many options available.
Sony dischargeable. Sony con. Joy goes anywhere you want to go.
Nothing. Very interesting. Dolby Atmos, right? All the potential in the world, okay? And I've been the biggest proponent, I've been the biggest supporter of Dolby Atmos, even over DTS-X at some points, right, when I argue with people. But it's just getting weird and watered down. It's becoming like a soundbar format to me, right? There's so much potential, right? I don't know what is going on with all these mixes these days. I mean, at least this is for 4 height speakers, right? So at least it's a good mix. There are some that are just ridiculous. So my point here is this, right? Auro-3D just tells you right like it is. Says you need minimum 5 height speakers, front heights, side heights, top surround, or you can have your center height, right? In place, in addition to your front heights, you can have 3 height speakers in front of you, and you can have your side heights plus your top surround, right? So that is 6 height speakers, and they don't play around. They'll mix it using all 6 speakers, right? This is not the first one that I've actually watched, right? And I do have Auro-3D Music, and I find the same situations there, and I've done a review, I've compared Dolby Atmos to Auro-3D Music. You can watch that video, I'll leave a link for that as well. But they don't mess around, they didn't try to water it down. They just got unlucky. It never took off, you know, in the US, and this is probably one of the biggest markets, and that's basically it, right? The bottom line is they got the short end of the stick. You don't really get a lot of content, and where we do get a lot of content, it's all watered down, you know. And DTSX hasn't showed up. I don't know what happened to them. I don't see a lot of movies, you know, from that standpoint. So enough of the rant. You know, I can continue to go through more scenes, but what I'm going to do is put all of these scenes towards the end of this video, so that you can watch them if you are interested and see what I actually went through to come to this conclusion. But at the end of the day, you know, this is hands down the much better mix the Auro-3D is compared to the Dolby Atmos. I wish Dolby Atmos, I wish sound engineers took full, you know, at least, okay, if you're not going to take full advantage, take like some advantage of it. It's getting to a point where it's just ridiculous. Like, you wait for a movie to come out, you're all excited, and then you go, and then you watch it, and then you go, what? That's it? So that's basically, those are my thoughts. I think Auro-3D, hands down, you know, did a much better job than the Dolby Atmos on this particular disc, this particular movie, from a soundtrack perspective. If you have it, I know you agree with me in that, and if you don't have it, I'm sorry to say these discs are like $300-400 on eBay, right? So it's my friend bought it when it first came out because he's into 3D and he wanted to get the 3D version, but at the same time he also has an Auro-3D setup, so he got this disc, and I think he paid at $80 or so at that time, but right now if you look on eBay, it's just crazy prices for this. One other point that I want to make about the Auro-3D upmixing, right? A lot of people ask me, is it just better to upmix a Dolby Atmos track to Auro-3D, right? And I've talked about this before in other videos. Once you engage, you put a Dolby Atmos disc in your player. You're watching the movie, now you want to upmix it using Auro-3D. Once you hit that upmix button, Auro-3D, Dolby Atmos is no longer engaged. The soundtrack, you know, it switches to your core 7.1 or 5.1, whatever the mat is. It's going to switch to that, right? True HD or Dolby Digital Plus, whatever you have, right? It's going to switch to that, and then Auro-3D is going to upmix using that base mat, right? So the height information that was very particular, very specific, you know, in that soundtrack is no more. So now the AVR is just making it up, right? So I don't think it's the same. I don't like to upmix from Dolby Atmos to Auro-3D because you're not getting the same. It's not apples to apples. It's apples and oranges, right? You have Dolby Atmos on one end, and then you just have an upmix of the 7.1 or 5.1 track that the disc has into Auro-3D, which is not the same, right? You're just gonna get some random sound going up into your height speakers. That's how I feel about it. If you disagree, you know, you can leave me a comment and we can have a discussion about that. 20 minutes and 17 seconds when they go up to the roof. Oh. Top middle. Here too, front heights. Interesting. So all 3 height speakers, all 6 I guess. Music, rain, music's front heights, rear heights, Rain's localized here. There should be rain from all 6 height speakers, at least per Auro-3D. Let's see. Alright. Front height. Nothing. Front height. Nope. Rear heights. It's essentially a 7.1.4 mix without the use of top middles. Woo. It's going from front to rear, passing through the top middles to the rear heights. That's pretty cool. Bass is good though. Okay. Let's see. I'm curious. Nope. This is all front and rear heights. Okay. One hour, 41 minutes, 27 seconds. The B's, basically. I think they are in all of your height channels. Front, top, middle, yep. And the rear heights. Nope. Just the front and the rear heights. Disappointing. Alright guys, so as usual, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.